That's the fun part.
Okay, so Chris.
Devin.
Devin is his name?
Yes.
The one that helped us the first time?
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, Devin. The chick's name.
Haunter.
It's Hunter, yeah, because I was thinking of guy. I was like, guy's name. In my head, that's what I was thinking. Chris, Devin, Hunter. I'm glad we sat with Hunter because I felt like we got the real.
It was probably
like everything else was like, no, you have to only drink these. And I'm like, I want to drink the other stuff.
It was definitely fun.
So I was like, now I see the other one's not as good. So yeah, so I'm excited.
Whew. Yeah, sounds good. Audio technicas.
Far away. I'm gonna try to project.
And just move it forward.
What do you think? Sound good like that?
Move the mic.
I don't know, bro. I'm kind of loud, like you said. No, kind of loud, my guy.
But I'm not picking you up over here.
You're not?
No. This thing is like hella sensitive. This one's like, this thing has bipolarism.
All right, let's try it again.
Yeah, because his mic is
You're louder than me
for the first time ever in my life.
About that.
All right, so I'm still trying to X to the Z exhibit. I like exhibit.
Looks like them podcast mics that I be seeing. Terrible podcast mics everybody be using.
I know, right?
The quality's terrible on those mics.
Trash mania. It's my sister. Trash. Like yesterday. Bro, I love you. I hate you. I love you. I hate you.
Done.
Trash. Paloma? No. I called her and she failed the test. The test when you call somebody and to make sure that they answer no matter what. She failed. She didn't answer. She started texting me like a lunatic though.
Man, she didn't know if he was like online or something, bro. You know how we do. Like,
yeah, that's
you're
true.
Live right now.
which will happen. Definitely happen very soon.
Now actually.
Yeah. She's off-roading right now, huh? Yeah, just randomly like, who's this? It was Roland, I think. Or was it Marcelo? Oh, Marcelo. I think it was Marcelo that answered. All right, let's go ahead and start the show.
Let's do it. Oh, this is not even on there. Why is that?
What?
Oh, because this is one of our videos is not on here.
The first one that you recorded?
Oh, because part is serious.
Yeah, we have to edit it. All right, cool.
Let's check it.
For sure. What's up, everybody? I'm Jay.
I'm Deuce.
And this is
Bar
BarChats. What's up, everyone? So, we need you to go onto the YouTube, subscribe, like, share, become a member, because we have something awesome on our YouTube that we're gonna start doing. I think it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Deuce, what do you think?
I think it's pretty fire, man.
Should we go ahead and show him?
Let's show him.
Let's show him. Money.
Yeah.
There we go.
Money.
There we go. So for those that are
Money
not
I got.
on the YouTube, you guys are missing out, like super sick.
Money I got.
It's pretty much we have our NFT over here, right there. And the cool thing is that you could actually scan it, and it'll take you to the website. So that's going to be rotating behind us. So pull out your QR scanners, and yeah, feel free to have fun on our link tree. We have all of our episodes there. We have our Instagram, our website, all the other fun stuff. But yeah, you know, I just realized that Deuce and I are actually wearing both anime shirts.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing
That was by design.
Code Geass, and Deuce is wearing My Hero.
My Hero Academia.
And we'll talk a little bit later about that, but kind of try to keep it fun, try to keep it exciting.
All for one.
And one for all. The Musketeers. Yeah, dude, All Might, he's like an All Might fan.
Yeah, I am.
I like that chick with the fucking the plugs.
Yeah.
The sound chick.
They're all dope, man. They all got some really cool powers.
Deku though.
Deku,
Deku's fire. Deku's fire.
Be the number one.
Always and forever. So hopefully you guys like the new setup on the YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, please check out our YouTube. Like I said, like, subscribe, join, become a bar nut, hang out with us. Also, we do have a Discord set up. I'm going to put that up on our link tree. Feel free. We're going to hopefully later on in the future be doing some Q&As with you guys, and we'll do more interaction.
Yes, we
so
will.
that's going to be a lot more fun. We want to make sure that we want to, have you guys on the show. Why not? I think it'll be exciting. It'll be fun overall. So let's go ahead and talk about DMX.
What y'all really want?
Okay,
we don't
so,
get
yeah.
sued, but yeah. Rest in peace, DMX.
Rest
But
in
no,
peace.
today we're actually talking about
Brewery X.
Yes, yes.
So Brewery X is located in Anaheim.
Yeah.
And it is on La Palma off the 60.
I believe so. Yes, yes.
Off the 60. For those that are in California,
Or
for
90,
those
one of those.
off of the 90, 60, 91, I don't know what. It's a double digit number that I do remember. But it is a local Anaheimian brewery. So, for those that are local in California or in Los Angeles, Anaheim, or any other location close by, feel free to pass by. And it's super dope. So we are going to talk about them. They didn't, we unfortunately weren't able to pick up any brews because by the time we left, it was schmacking. It was packed.
It's so packed, guys.
It was really
can't wait
packed.
to post these pictures. I'm putting my little finishing touches to it, but really nothing to touch up. I mean, you'll see. It'll look like a club.
Yeah,
that's what it's gonna look like, and it's a big X. So that's where the DMX thing. Hopefully you guys laughed about that, but it's huge. I mean, I don't even know if we can call it micro.
Yeah, there's a reason why.
Like, what size do you get to before you start calling it macro?
Yeah, and I think these guys have surpassed that.
Yes.
And the reason why we'll talk a little bit later, and that's a topic that we will, that I feel we were talking about there.
Yeah.
And we definitely want to share with you. When does it become a actual like macro or just like a mainstream brewery?
Yeah.
When does punk become cool, man? So shit like that. So that's what it's about. That's what we're going to be talking about. But in the meantime, since we weren't able to pick up any brews there, although they do have to-go packs, and their brews are good. There is a very shocking surprise that we have for everybody listening. We did try a seltzer for the first, second, third, probably fourth time, and I think this one has taken the cake.
I actually liked it, guys. Yeah.
Same.
Same.
It's he gave in.
Sorry to say.
He gave in.
I'm sorry to say it. I know, guys. You guys are throwing stuff at me right now. You're throwing your phone out the door.
Please
out
don't
the
do
window
that.
of your car. Like you're never gonna listen to us again. But no, the seltzer was amazing. It was amazing, guys, and honestly, I'm gonna get some more. Like, it was fire.
Yes, I definitely want to get probably a keg of that.
Yeah,
and
definitely that. That's definitely a party.
That's
drink.
a party drink,
Like,
and
for sure.
and
Like,
we'll
everybody
talk about-
can drink it.
Yes.
it's pretty good.
Yes, it's really good. We did try another one that was the
Man.
harder one.
Whoa.
All right, so there's seltzers,
There's seltzer. There's hard seltzer.
hard seltzer,
And then there's like
the hardest seltzer.
fucked up. That's what I'm calling it. Because I was like, bro, I can only take sips of this shit. I think with the harder one, we should have just got I wish I could have had like a thing of ice.
Yes.
And like a Sprite, I think would have been a good chaser. and then I probably would have been able to drink it. So that's just straight. It's
was
like you just
alcohol.
saying, "Hey, can I have some vodka by itself, please?"
Yeah.
And then with no ice. That's basically how strong that shit was. And I needed a chaser for that. For sure.
It was very intense.
I was like, damn, this
Very
shit's
intense. Yeah, massive, super massive. But let's go ahead and talk about
Let's do it.
you know, Brewery X. We're gonna go ahead and pour up really quick. These are some surprising things that we found at our local liquor store by breweries that we will and well, we covered one. This one I don't think we covered. Which one's this one? No, so we haven't covered one of the two breweries that we have here. Al Segundo we did, and then we did Ogopogo.
Yep.
This one,
Yeah.
we haven't though.
Nope, we haven't. This is Tarantula Hill Brewing Co. I like the design. I like the name, honestly.
Liquid Candy.
Yeah, it's called Liquid Candy. So I was like, cool, let's try it out.
So
really, it was really that simple.
We'll try it out. We'll talk about the beers at Brewery X.
I'll need their list because I got the whole thing.
Okay, I got it. Here you go.
Yes, sir.
Let me
Pour
get
you up, my guy.
Thank you, sir. All right, here you
Go
go.
ahead, clean that up.
So the overall list of what they had was very, very interesting. So
It's a big ass list
all right,
too. Like,
so-
let's be real.
so that
That's a big list.
before we start talking about the beers, let's go ahead and talk about the
Ambiance?
location.
Okay.
And then we'll move on in terms of what we did when we got there, this, that, and the other, and just give them the rundown. So your first initial thoughts while you're parking into the parking lot, because Deuce was driving.
Okay, so me and Jay and I, we've been going to a lot of breweries. So I'm kind of used to going and either seeing one of two things: no cars or a couple of cars. Not really more than that. It's either no cars,
Yeah.
because we came a little too early, or it's only a couple of cars, and we kind of just chill, and then we kind of stay a couple of hours, and then it gets a little more packed, and we go, okay, cool, like this is a decent crowd or not. It's usually more like an intimate setting, which I know Jay and I both like. We can talk to each other. It's easy to meet people, see where they come from. Are they from the area? Did they drive far to come out there? You can usually get the history and, et cetera, et cetera. When I came up to there, I was like, okay, it's probably behind this building. And then I look up and I'm like, oh no, it says Brewery X across this big ass building.
Huge.
So I'm like, oh, I think it's the whole building, Jay. And then I'm like, are all these cars in this place right now? It looks like a car dealership, bro.
Yeah, it really does.
It's like literally, it's like
It's
car,
big.
car, and we're like, oh, I think it swings around, Jay. So we keep driving. Car,
It just keeps on
no
going.
parking.
No
I'm like,
parking.
holy shit. So luckily, I turn, a person leaves. If that person didn't leave, I think we would have had to park far, because
And
there's
walked.
literally no parking. We walk in, and it's not even that full, though. That's the crazy thing.
It wasn't that packed.
But counting the cars, just a rough estimate, at least 100 people were already there. At least. At least.
And it was
Minimum.
funny. And it was funny because when you walk in, you're like, oh, there's a decent amount. And then you make a left.
And they're like, oh, you got to keep going.
You keep going.
And I'm like, okay.
Oh, there's a back? It's like, no, there's more in the back. I'm like, holy shit, how big is this fucking thing?
Yeah.
So, to add on to what he was saying, so once you go in, you go to the left, and that's your tap room. So they have the brews and everything right there. It's pretty cool because they have the QR code on the wall. So if you are in line and you're looking like to see, oh man, where's the menu? Go ahead and just scan that up, and no problem, it'll pop up on your phone.
Yeah, just like the one back here.
Right here.
For our, BarChats.
Just go ahead and scan that. Go ahead and
You
scan
can
that.
see all the other episodes
Anytime during the
right
show. If you can't scan it for whatever reason, go ahead and let us know on our YouTube, or just send us a DM. Or if you're on right now and you're checking it out and you try to scan it, doesn't work, go ahead and type into the YouTube chat and say, y'all need to get the fuck out the way, and I will pause it so you could scan the code.
But I believe I'm like on the coin, but I'm not blocking it. But if I am,
like,
I'll smooth criminal it over here. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, so they have that as well. They have the QR codes, which is really cool, and they have a more open section in the back, where there's a penalty box. Which, so since it is Anaheim, it is dedicated to the Angels,
Dodgers,
those
and Angels.
So it's the Angels and the Ducks. The penalty box is a actual, like, it looks like a private lounge area. And apparently it's, a collaboration with the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah, it's the Ducks Angels.
So it's really cool. It's super dope. You can't go inside, but you could go ahead and take a look at it. It's really, really cool. For those that are into sports bars, they have like a 4-panel TV setup.
Yeah,
they
got you covered.
Yeah,
they got all the sports there. You're good. I don't know what that says. I can't read that.
Where?
Somebody type something.
We
in here. Hey. Sorry, there was a little delay for us. I couldn't read it. What's good?
There we go.
But yeah, so they had TVs in there. It's packed. I like the setup that they had. So you could either sit up high or you could sit right at the the tables.
Yeah, at the tables. It's like the booths.
The booths or whatever. Booths. And you can sit at the bar itself as well.
It worked?
Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go.
So
okay,
we know it works.
Yeah,
so we know it works.
Validation that it does work. That's dope.
Now you did it directly from the phone, or you scanned it? Like, how did you do it? You scanned it together. Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I scanned it on the app. I was just going like that. It took a while because you guys were moving around. I was like, let me try it. And then
yeah. So
right, cool.
if we keep moving, it say stop.
I work down here. Oh, I work right down the street.
Brewery X. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's super dope.
We didn't know that, man. We would have hit you. Hey, man, it's definitely I love the experience.
The food trucks.
is amazing.
So let's go. Let's talk about the way.
I'm about to take a sip.
Yeah, no, I did. It's actually pretty good. It's actually really good. Has Mosaic for sure, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, Mosaic, Citra. Ooh. What
and another
other
one?
hop? It's the Matuke.
Yeah.
Matuka.
Matuka. Oh no. Shit.
From here I thought it said motherfucker, but like
mother.
So
what type of hop is that? The motherfucker.
But all right. So once you walk in, you see that. You go to the back. You see the penalty box. You make a right. You see the canning system.
Yeah.
And then you see what is it? It's like my carboy. They're the fermenting tanks. So they have 8 fermenting tanks in the back, and they're freaking huge.
Bathrooms.
The bathrooms. Yes, they have bathrooms there. They have bathrooms on the other side.
And it looks like Costco.
It does. It looks like a giant
you're
Costco.
in a big Costco warehouse, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm about to go buy me like, the 2 jugs of milk,
Yeah. So I took a picture. I took a picture to put it into scale. I was standing in the farthest section in the back, and Deuce was at the border where you could the furthest you could go. Oh, and there's a reason why it's called Brewery X, and we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about
that. He was at the border of that section, and I took a picture. So when you see the picture, take into consideration Deuce is pretty tall.
Decent height.
He's taller than me, and I'm 5'7".
Jay makes me look very tall.
So
love it.
He's taller than me. Just to put into scale the massiveness of this fucking warehouse, because it's huge. It's really, really, really big. But that being said, you move out onto the, I guess you would say, the patio area.
I'm just gonna call it the backyard.
Yeah,
man,
it is a backyard.
because that's how big it was.
It was huge.
That's the type of backyard I need. You walk back there. There's a plethora. don't get to use that word too much.
Plethora.
But yeah, there's a plethora of tables. There's a huge stage that me and Jay actually were talking about at another venue we're at. That's dedicated for people to perform, or maybe they're doing an event. They did have an area, like a private seating area for an event that they had later on that we were able to see before we left. They have like a water station, so you can just go up. All the cups are already there. It has the handle just like a beer tap, and you just put water in.
Which is
and
a
then
great
you have
idea.
The food trucks there, and they I guess one of the food trucks, well, probably both of them, they station out there all day on the weekend. So
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
They said, and we spoke to them. They said, "Oh yeah, we're doing very well." So, so they love being there all day.
We ate at the food truck called Common Grounds.
Yeah.
Which is it's like a Latin-based comfort food almost, but they have different things.
They had the palmy, they had the cubano, and they had some other
the New York
food
steak.
There's some tacos,
New York Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, they just had some really good food. I mean, it was huge, man.
It was
we
a
weren't
large
prepared.
portion.
We probably would have just shared.
Yeah.
Because I was like, bro, I'm not about to eat all this. Like, it's
Same.
too big.
It was a lot of food.
Yeah.
And for the price, honestly, you couldn't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
For the
with
price,
it
it was perfect.
And we'll definitely be having them on the show at a later point as well, so they could talk about that, because they know actually a lot about Brewery X, and then just their journey into how they became Common Ground and how they've been doing.
Yeah, no, definitely. And and a huge shout out to our now friends. We got Devin.
Yeah.
And we have Robert, which is the comedian, and then we got Chris, the floor manager. So it was funny. We went to order, and honestly, it was pretty dope. We're talking to Devin, and it's like, hey man, we're a part of a podcast. We go around different breweries, check them out, and I saw Chris's ears perk up
immediately. And you can always tell, like, me and Jay been doing sales for ever,
a long time,
and so you can always tell the person who was like about to go in sales mode, or they're the manager, or they just care a lot about their job. I peeped them immediately. I don't know if Jay did, but we were talking to
Devin,
right? Okay, we were talking to Devin, but I kept seeing this guy hover, right? And he was just like, I think he just was wanted to see, like, he never seen us before, I think is why he was looking. But as soon as we said, hey, we actually have a podcast, this dude he was walking to, like, well, his left, our right, and then he heard podcast. This dude, like, ran back over, like, like, okay, cool. Like, what is he about to say to them? And then he just took over the conversation.
Yeah, he's like, so I'm the floor manager here. And I was like, oh, shit, that's pretty cool.
Right.
But honestly, I think it was one of those things where he knew he wanted to just give us a little bit more information, which that's the first thing he did. Gave us some great info. He pretty much he did the interview for us.
Man, he did the interview. I'm like, dude, can we record you real quick? So we were not prepared. He was answering questions that we already had. Like, I'm like, yeah, why is that? Yeah.
So
why the X is like, let me tell you why the X. I'm just like, I didn't ask, but yeah.
It was funny.
Sure, tell me.
So the reason why the X, it's it's the cross, it's like the crossroads coming together or some shit like that. I forgot.
You already forgot, bro. Come on now. No, it doesn't say it on the thing you told me. It says it on.
No. It was the thing that was behind me when we were sitting down, and you're like, oh, that's what it meant.
That says it on there?
Yes. It was bringing something together. Meeting at one point and bringing it and working together.
Guys, when Jay says he wrote something down, don't listen to him. He did not write that shit down. I was like, you wrote it down? He's like, yeah. I was like, cool. Nah, it's community inspiration, well-being, crossing path, and together giving back.
There we go. That shit. So that's what that. So it's.
So it's like the community.
Everything crosses and meets up there.
The community, and I mean, that's not what he said, but I'm just gonna. Hopefully, I'm saying giving it some justice. But it's like the community and and the brewery like coming together. And I know he was saying something about giving back to people who went in war, and he used to he was in the army or navy.
No, I think he was with the Marine.
He was a Marine. So it was like we said, we thanked him for his service, and so he said that they done a lot for him, and he's really thankful and happy to be there. And he just loves the atmosphere that they provide and the community aspect that they provide there.
Yeah, no, and honestly, you could tell there's a lot of like, it's very communal. It's very like there's kids running around, they're playing Jenga and shit. It was fun. It was fun. It felt like a very family like oriented location, and which is great. A lot, and so I think that's where it kept the whole brewery concept together, where it was still part of that small, like, homey feel.
Right.
But, bro,
it's huge.
It started changing. The atmosphere slowly started changing, like, later in the evening. So we didn't leave until probably like 9-ish, almost 10, and we got there like around 2, maybe 3-ish. So we're there for a long time, and so they don't do flights. That's the only downfall. But I think that if you want to try something, go to Devin, go to Robert, and also shout out to Hunter.
Yeah.
So Hunter, she gave us a very interesting selection. For me, it was a wheat. I enjoyed it. It was really good. I enjoyed it. So thank you so much for that recommendation. And also, Devin also recommended the most popular ones, which were I do remember it was the Slap and Tickle. That was a funny one. The Slap and Tickle. Let me go ahead and I have that right here. Slap and Tickle is a West Coast IPA with Citra, Mosaic, and Simcoe. Then they have the Dictionary Roulette, which is also a hazy.
Yep.
As a hazy IPA with Simcoe, Citra, and Mosaic. Pretty much the exact same
with Mosaic, hop. You already know I'm gonna like it.
And then I did the Duck Beer, which is a blonde ale.
Mm-hmm.
So it's official Anaheim Ducks beer fan. So if you're a fan of the Ducks, you got to try the Duck Beer.
Yep.
We also tried the Quack IPA, which is also an official Anaheim's Duck Beer. It's a West Coast Simcoe with Citra hops.
Yeah.
Then the Sweet, which is literally called the Sweet.
Oh, the Sweet.
And that's also.
And it was the Sweet.
It's a tangerine wheat ale. So yes, it was very good. But the most important ones, I got the other side.
There we go.
So this is where it gets real fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So they're known for their seltzers.
Right.
As we said at the beginning of the episode, not a huge seltzer fan. Deuce also. But let me go ahead and just read off these names real quick. So their specialty seltzers in a can is the classic lemonade, the strawberry lemonade, the cherry lemonade. So we got a bunch of lemonades. And then we have the hard seltzer.
Right.
Which is the lemon lime. They have the I'm so cidered.
X.
So yeah, it's I'm so excited. So I don't know. It's just funny. Then they have the kiwi strawberry and the watermelon lime. Then we go into the hardest. Yeah, and this is where it starts going fucking bananas. Mm-hmm. So all those seltzers, we're looking at around 5 ABV,
which is what we're used to. That's why we usually talk shit about people who drink seltzers, because like you guys get drunk off of like the smallest ABV ever. Because all me and Jay, we do nothing but like 7% and up usually.
Most of the time. Most of the time. So honestly,
I think it's 6.7.
So but. All right, so now we're going to go into the hardest seltzers. I feel like there should be like an intro song to this shit. But that is called, there's 2 of them. There's 4 technically, but 2 on draft, 2 in can.
Mm-hmm.
So the draft is going to be the Blackberry Mojito.
Blackberry Mojito.
At a fucking 10%.
Hey. That's when I said, "Oh shit, seltzer with a 10%." You have me intrigued now.
Very. And then the one that Deuce had was the jungle
juice.
So let's talk about the jungle juice.
Let's talk about it, bro.
Well, before we do, the other ones are going to be the old fashioned and the mint julep.
Okay, and I had the mint julep, by the way, and I don't like old fashioned, period. So I wasn't going to taste that. I would take the mint julep because I was thinking more of a minty taste. So that's what I was hoping for, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Yes.
But yeah, so I had the jungle juice, right? And immediately that's what I wanted. I mean, when I think of going to house parties, I still go to house parties, but
right.
But as a kid, like, you know, you ain't got no money. 21, no money. Everybody go to the house.
Yep.
And we bring whatever fucking liquor we have, and we put all that shit in a damn big ass jug, and then we just mix that shit together, and then we call it jungle juice, and it usually tastes fucking amazing.
Yes.
Right. And that's honestly what this tasted like, man. It was like a non-super, like super sweet, a non-super sweet jungle juice, because you're not gonna get that like oh my gosh, so much sugar taste in it.
No, you won't.
But it did have a good juice feel, like something where you're like, okay, I don't mind my kids drinking this, even though I know it's alcohol drink, but I'm just saying, like, the idea of it. I loved it, man. It had great flavor to it. I felt the hit after the second sip, which surprised me. After I finished it, I was buzzed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I was very buzzed. And I was like, shit, I think if I drink 2 more of these, I might be fucked up, Jay. I was just looking at Jay like this shit is strong, man.
I remember he was like, bro, try this shit. I was like, all right. And when I tried it, it was funny because the first thing I thought about was heavily concentrated cranberry juice with like rubbing alcohol. And then, but mind you, I'm having a blonde, so it's very hoppy and it's already fucking with my taste buds.
Yeah.
So that's what I got. So I had to drink a bit of it just so I let it, build up my taste buds back to normal. But when I started drinking it, I noticed, I was like, dude, this tastes like a very like flat Jolly Rancher, but like a grape Jolly Rancher.
It tastes like a grape Jolly Rancher, guys.
Yeah.
Like a grape, like straight up grape, without having all the extra sugar, like I was saying.
Yeah.
But it's delicious, man.
It was really good.
Like, it's really good. Like
it's a creeper.
We were talking because we was like, you know what? I feel like their seltzers with ice is gonna be fire. Which so when we have a party or some shit, we probably gonna try it out, experiment. But I think that's gonna be like what makes it kind of like the Recorderling. When we had that, we added ice to it, and it made it like 10 times better.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have to try that. But it's definitely a creeper. When we tried first I tried the mint julep because it was 15%, guys. 15% seltzer. That shit is strong as fuck, guys. I actually like it. It wasn't that I didn't like it. It was I already drank a lot, and then I had that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the drink you have at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we about to leave. Okay, after this, I was like, I can't drink this, bro. It's too boozy. I'm gonna be fucked up after this drink. And I really did try to drink it. I know personally that if I would have had ice, and in my mind, what would have went best with it is probably a Sprite can. Just to kind of as a chaser. I think I would have been able to go ahead and kill that, but Jay definitely would have had to drive after that.
Yeah,
because that's how strong that shit was.
It was strong,
that
bro.
Shit was strong
like
as fuck.
It was one of those where it's like it's heavier than wine, but it has the same percentage of wine. But I think because of the amount,
it tastes like liquor, straight up.
Yeah, but I was gonna say the amount of sugar that is put in the process makes that shit like go straight to the head.
Yeah,
like,
immediately.
Yeah. So
it was so strong.
It was very strong.
And then what did you have?
I had at that point. That's when I tried the tangerine wheat.
Okay.
And then
what did you feel about that?
It was good. I like wheat beers. But I would have to say it's good. I enjoyed it. Will I get it again? The wheat one? Yeah, I think.
Okay.
But you know what? I will want to eat. I will want to drink that with pizza, and I think that's.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, because.
Yeah, some stuff like I feel like some of the drinks is like, oh, I need this with this.
Yes.
You know.
And so the tangerine one is definitely that.
Okay.
The duck one, the duck beer, that one honestly, it's like water. Tastes really good.
Yeah.
It's crisp. It's clean.
I liked all of them.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Nothing to rave about for me personally.
Yeah, there was nothing like
except for the jungle juice.
Oh, except jungle juice. Yeah,
is, like,
yeah.
definitely. That hit my number one in terms
for
of,
sure. Like
yes.
that's the best seltzer I've ever had in my life.
Yes.
But like as far as like, did the other drinks hit our, mark when it comes to top 5? No, I mean, but again, remember we've been to so many fucking breweries. I mean, it's kind of hard at this point.
Yeah.
It just tastes like other places. I mean, like when you taste something and it reminds you of another place, then I mean, there you go.
So when we drink a seltzer and the seltzer doesn't meet up to, Brewery X standards in terms of the jungle juice,
right?
Then it's trash.
Exactly.
So that's the way it's measured. So when we try something,
wait a minute, what did because now that I'm thinking about it, what did I have?
There wasn't seltzers. There were sodas.
That was just juice, right? Like sodas.
It was like juice, but it was like was
it alcohol in it?
Yeah, it was a 7% alcoholic soda.
Soda. Okay. That's what made them like
that
amazing. They're like number one in that shit.
Yeah, so
their sodas are crazy.
So I feel like
so it's kind of like the same thing.
Everybody has a small little niche. In this case, like their seltzers are by far the best.
Yeah, definitely. Like I know, like I didn't taste them just because I already, based on the jungle juice, I was like, I'm gonna like all these others.
Yeah.
Like the strawberry, all the lemonade. I feel like I was gonna like all of that. So
right.
I wanted just to taste their highest alcohol content because I'm like, man, it just stopped right now.
Technical difficulties, guys. Give us
a second, guys. We gotta make sure
second.
The listening side is good for the podcast. Hey, so I don't know where you guys are from, but it is hot as fuck out here, guys. I mean, gosh. All right, so
go ahead. What we were saying about we had a little technical difficulty, but we fixed that. Go ahead.
I forgot what I was saying. I started talking about the heat.
Oh yeah, you're
What was I saying before that?
So we're talking about how every location has its own kind of niche, and with Brewery X, I would want to say it's gonna be their hard seltzers, and you already knew that you're gonna like the other ones.
Yeah, I already knew I was gonna like strawberry, like all these flavors I like already, and it's just in the form of alcohol, which is great. You know what I'm saying? So, since that's what they're known for, I feel like personally that's what I'm going for. When I go there, I'm going to get the fucking seltzer. Like that's why you're there. It's tasty, especially because that's kind of why I started saying it's hot. It's hot as fuck, and that drink really cooled me down. Like it really did. Like seriously. And so I can't wait to have another one. I'm probably going to show up with some ice to try that 15%er, and I'm gonna have a Sprite can, and I'm gonna say, hey, look, I know you guys don't want any outside drinks, I just want to try something, and then I'll be like, you can even give it to me here and I'll throw it away after. I just want to see. I think it's gonna fucking be fire, bro.
Right.
I really do, because since it has more of a liquor taste to it, just like my favorite drink, my Kraken. I don't drink that shit by itself. What the fuck? No, I mix that shit.
Same thing with my Plymouth.
Yeah, just mix it a little, and I think it'll be
the only hard liquor drink that I could drink like that would be the Dingle, which is it's a English and an Irish gin, and it's fucking bomb, bro. Like
I just take your word for it. I think I had it, but I don't think I.
No, I mean
it's gin, right? So
yeah, but we tried. If you did try it with me, you tried it at the Dublin. There's over there in Long Beach.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm cool. No gin for me.
But all right, so the drinks were cool. The people were dope. Chris, amazing guy. Everything was super chill. Let's talk a little bit.
Let's get to the nitty gritty, man.
Yeah.
Let's get to the nitty gritty.
All right.
You want to start it?
No, you go for it, man.
He always want me to be the bad guy. This dude right here. Okay, so we keep it real on our podcast. So so the first part is what does a lot of different things that we look for like a top-notch brewery. They're top-notch, so that's neither here nor there. We're not saying that they're not. But I would say this, in terms of just the product. So we kind of had to sit there for a long time, honestly, because at first we were like, yo, this might be the top, right?
Yeah.
Just based on, I mean, there's a lot of shit coming at your face. This dude has a damn tiki hut full of hats and shit to sell inside the brewery and shit. It's like, it's the fucking microbrewery Disneyland. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So at first I was like, oh shit, like we found it. The Mecca,
we found Mecca.
And then I was like, okay, now let's sit back and actually just think about the brews. And I was like, okay, was there anything about the brews I had beside the seltzers that I felt said Brewery X? And it was a no. That doesn't say nothing wrong. You guys created a great drink, but it tastes on par with other drinks. But seltzer wise, yes, definitely number one. You need to go ahead and kick Truly and all them other people's ass because I'm so tired of seeing people drink that shit. But are you guys going to be in our top 3 at the end of the year? I think we're going to have like a special section this year.
I honestly, we might have to do a special
because it's
section.
not like an overall hit like some of the breweries have been in the past. A lot of places they have one thing that we just loved. Like at least 2 right now. Right now we have 2 in our head.
Yes.
High Def, I'll just go ahead and say it. This place for sure. With the jungle juice and probably all the juices, all the seltzers they had. So it's like, okay, you guys are number 1 in those categories of 4x5, High Def. Yeah. We need one more place really to kind of give us that, and that's probably going to be a different type of category this year. That basically says these are the top tasting beers of the year, and I think that's really what it's going to have to be.
I think I definitely agree with that because it's because of so much competition,
and we actually loved all the places. It's not like, oh, this place was better than that place just because it's bigger. Like,
right.
Like, the atmosphere was amazing at both places.
Right.
Like, High Def was fucking amazing. It's way smaller.
Yes.
And we had the greatest time.
Yeah. So
we didn't want to leave. You know what I mean? So it's the same. Like, we didn't want to leave here either. You know,
exactly.
So it's the same.
So I do agree. I think it's going to be coming down to not just the brewery itself, but we might have to make another category. It's like best tasting beer. And bringing in seltzers, which I personally feel that's not beer, but in this case,
hey, I got fucked up. That might be beer, man.
So it's it's one of those things, and we might have to start incorporating wine as well because it is and
I'm gonna try it
as well.
I think Progress. Who else got wine?
Steve started doing their wine section.
I gotta taste them. We'll have it. So those might be the 3. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It's definitely gonna be interesting, But all right. So that being said, when it comes down to microbrewery, so Brewery X, what has been around for 4 years. So they established in 2018. So they've been around for 4 years, and all right. So I feel we gotta walk on eggshells just for now because we don't know. We were just told.
Hey, it don't matter. We ain't nobody. What can anybody do to us?
So,
based on what we have heard, is what we're gonna say. Rumor
has it.
There we go.
Based off of what we have heard through the grapevine.
Exactly. There we go.
We do not validate that this is true or false. We just heard it.
This is what we heard. By a valid source who has been a part of the brewery, of that brewery, for the whole time they've been there.
Yes.
And that's all I'll say about that.
Yes. And they went out and bought Modern Times. Rumor has it. Allegedly. Allegedly, they bought Modern Times. Okay, and this is the conversation I'm
pretty fucking sure this is true though. I will say that, but we have to say allegedly because we didn't speak to the owners.
Exactly.
Like we don't know any of that stuff. We don't
know.
even know if they put pen to paper. But yo, in 4 years, a brewery to be that, first of all, they're big as fuck. To go from that to buying one of my favorite breweries, hats off to
Yeah,
you,
dude,
man.
that's definitely an accomplishment.
That is
in and of
huge,
itself.
bro. And I think like we were talking about this for a long time yesterday.
Yeah.
Actually. I think it's for the distribution because I mean,
Yes.
Modern Times is like everywhere.
Fucking
And I've not
everywhere.
I've never seen a Brewery X in any store that I go to. We only had one before because we went to Paperback, and that dude collects a bunch of beers from other places. He's awesome, and he let us try it, and we were like, oh, they're good. So that's gonna help get the name out there even more.
Yeah.
If that is true.
If it all alleged, we don't know.
Yeah.
So
So one question we were asking is, when does a microbrewery become macro?
yes. When does the small guy become the big fish?
The behemoth.
Yes, because let's look at AleSmith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they
And-
still considered a microbrewery at this point?
or and this is something that I feel that we've talked about and we've said that I don't think it's considered micro anymore. I think it would be craft.
Right.
It would be craft brew, but when does it become like just mainstream brewery? It's no longer I don't know. It's weird because I'm pretty sure at one point in time Budweiser was the same.
Yeah.
Miller Lite was the same shit.
Right.
And like Coors and all these other ones.
And it doesn't make it bad, long as you keep the quality the same.
Right.
Because basically the main difference, what gave life to these microbreweries is that these mainstream breweries beer sucked.
Yes.
Okay. You had guys like me who were like, I will never drink a beer in my life back in the day. I was like, I'm not going to do it because I drank some and it was really nasty. It was disgusting, And then slowly but surely, started with like a Newcastle, started with a Boddington's, then a Guinness, then went straight craft after that. This 100%, where it's like, you've never heard of this company, but taste this, and we fell in love with it. But
Yeah.
if I think that's the norm though, because a lot of these people are going to the wayside, man.
Yeah.
Who didn't Budweiser like lose its like plant, that big ass plant that's by us
Yeah, I think it's the
recently,
one up north,
and
yeah.
it's Paps bought them out, I think.
You see, and there's a lot of
There's a lot of stuff
acquisitions
going on right now. A lot of big movements. I mean, part of it's pandemic, but also part of it's when you invite people into your home, right, and call them family. Am I gonna go anywhere else? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I literally like Jay, like the home places we have near us,
Right.
whatever we want, they make.
Right.
Oh, it'd be really cool if you guys made something like this. Okay. Like, well, shit, I'm gonna be loyal. Shit, they making
Yeah.
they making
They're
the
making
beer
it
I
for
want.
us.
They have the atmosphere I want. It's fucking affordable. I can buy a 4-pack, 8-pack, whatever the fuck I want. I have images on it. I have great artwork. You're giving me a story behind it, why you created it, and where another beer like, oh, it's I don't want to talk shit about them, but it's Budweiser. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know nothing else but that. So I think that's really what it is, Jay. It's just the story, that storyline that you have on behind it.
And I definitely agree when it comes down to that. It's you get more in the package. I feel like you get more for what you pay for. So everyone
I
says
like this better.
yeah. Let me try it. There's an Ogopogo one, huh?
Mm-hmm. Smooth. They're always smooth though.
Oh yeah.
They've always been. I mean, it's just some of our like breweries that we went to just stay up here.
Yeah.
Well, you can't see up here.
So it's all right. So that's another. All right. So now that we've talked about that, and it's like, when does it become, macro, or for lack of better terms, when does it go mainstream? Like, and if it does go mainstream, like you said, hopefully the quality doesn't dissipate. because that seems to be an issue. Is like you just
It
push out
starts going bad.
You start pushing out production, and you kind of just lose
like
the overall.
Some of the best to do it, so far that we know personally, that we've spoken to and I've seen in stores are like Paperback. They're like everywhere.
Yeah.
At all these little mom and pops.
You see, but that we know why, because he's out.
But that's what I was about to say, because he's out hustling, right? Ogopogo, they're out everywhere, bro. Like this is at a local. I got this at a local store. Now I'm not talking about Bevmo and the people you expect to have it. I'm talking about a local store, like a 7-Eleven type shit that has the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've seen the vans. They had a van that they put their whole name on it, and that dude drives everywhere, drops the shit off. So I think that's what keeps the quality. But when do you go from there to flying shit out?
So
you know what I'm saying? And do you still have the same quality when it gets shipped out like that, or do you just have another facility in that area?
Right.
So those are the questions we have. We don't know. We don't know these people. They might already have that stuff planned out, but I think part of it is how deep are your pockets.
Exactly. And another thing that when we were talking to we were talking to Adam, the guy from the co-founder of Common Grounds, and he was telling us like, oh, you see that pallet right there? And he was like, they go through that in a day. And bro, it was like big
ass pallet.
It was good, a good probably 500 cans.
Yeah,
good probably in one day. It's like
they're huge already.
It's big, and
to be that big and to not even know who you are, that's huge. Like that's really big.
Which reminds me.
Oh, didn't he say they're at Disney?
So no. That was Modern Times.
Oh, so if they
man,
if they really got Modern Times, oh my God, they'll be in Disneyland.
And that exposure works. And then all right, so which brings me back to let's talk about Ale Smith really quick.
Yeah,
because I feel that when we went to go visit Ale Smith, I feel that
had a terrible experience.
Yeah.
I have to say it because they're one of my favorite beers.
All right. So, all right. But it kind of fucked up what I was going to say, because I was like, they're kind of going in the same path. I just hope that Brewery X doesn't have shitty customer service. Like, so Ale Smith, and you could go listen to our episode on it. We did do a 3-part series with Ale Smith, a Little Miss, and McKellar.
Yeah.
So when we met up with the guys at McKellar, they told us this used to be the old Ale Smith location before they bought out another one, and then they bought
kept
out
their symbol.
Yeah, so if you go
to pay homage,
exactly. If you go to McKellar's, you'll see the anvil at the bottom, because that is homage to the guys from Ale Smith. And I feel that Brewery X is moving in the same direction as Ale Smith, but I
would say more the other company, Ballast Point. I think they're more moving towards that direction.
Okay, you know what? Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like they're more trying to tackle more areas, as opposed to Ale Smith just moved to a bigger facility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel that they're still working on their distribution.
No, and I agree with you there, but I feel like that. I feel like that's more lined up with like Stone or Ballast Point though, because if you think about Ballast Point structure. And you the one that told me. I didn't know this. You was like, oh, there's like 4 of them out there.
Yeah, there is.
And I was like, damn,
Yeah.
But then I thought about it, because they're trying to get their distribution out.
Yes.
Ale Smith didn't really do that. They just said, we're just going to get a bigger facility and fuck it, and then push it. But I still don't see them that often. Like, I see them very rarely. It's really hard for me to get their shit.
It's like a single.
But Ballast Point, I get that shit anytime I want. Like, it's everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, and I think, I feel, I don't know, but it seems like Brewery X wants to be out like that. Like, the new Stone, like Stone, Ballast Point, Brewery X. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so that's so they have officially gone to the point where they are
popular.
Not just popular. I feel that they're the juggernauts.
Right.
So the juggernauts of craft, as of right now, that we see here in Southern California, would be Ballast Point,
Definitely.
Stone,
Absolutely.
and now we're gonna
Well, modern times. But if it's true, it would be
Brewery X.
And they kind of snuck from behind. They like, ugh.
Exactly.
If that happens.
So it's like those are very, very big juggernauts.
Yeah.
In the craft Southern California scene here on the heavy West Coast.
Yeah.
Starting from LA.
Even in, because remember, I went to North Cali.
Yeah.
I saw Modern Times out there too. Modern Times is everywhere, bro.
So
like literally,
that.
I can always find Modern Times. Disneyland, like anywhere, I can find Modern Time.
Here's what I think, and which trips me out, bro.
And it all happened. You know what? The funniest part about Modern Times coming out like that is we were there when they said it was going to happen. Remember?
Yes,
we were there at the one that has the posters, which I don't know. Which,
that's the San Diego
one, right? And the guy was like, "We're just about to do distribution everywhere." And I remember him saying that.
Because that's when they opened the one in LA.
And he said, we just opened the one in LA, which was funny because we came to LA to go see them when we could have just stayed in LA, right?
Yes.
And
no, we went to San Diego.
San Diego, my bad. San Diego. We came from LA. I'll say it again. We came from LA to San Diego when they already were opening up in LA, right? And he told us, yeah, we're about to do distribution. And I remember a month later, I start seeing them everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's when their presence... That's why I feel like, and this goes a shout out to all craft brewers, all craft owners, the Brewerias, the Border X's.
You love Breweria.
I love Breweria. Agustina is the homie,
like,
but
I feel like that's just a friendship.
Like honestly, I think it is. It's one of those.
It has nothing to do with any qualifications. It's just that's the homie. You know what I'm saying?
And it's on the way home. Like
I mean, I don't do that though, cause Steve's the homie. But I be like, I try to keep it fair and based on our qualifications.
Well, it's right next to the pizza place that we always eat at. So it's like I'm gonna grab a brew. Instead of going to Progress, which is gonna take me another 20 minutes away.
You can go to Ogopogo though. It's down the street.
But it's not. Well, yeah, that's true.
Ogopogo's like always fire.
But I will say, I did call Steve in a pinch because I wanted to get a keg.
Mm-hmm.
And
Steve's the shit, man.
And he was willing to.
Yeah, Steve's the shit, bro.
So
like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like I want to see them.
Like, I would like them to go because I feel like the quality would be them. Okay, this is me and Jay's wants for the industry, right?
Yes.
We don't know if it'll ever happen, but I would like the Steves of the world. So that's Pacific Plate.
Yes.
To be juggernauts because I just knowing him and just how much he wants the quality of the beer to be good. I know he's going to keep that same quality. He'll never get bigger than that. If he can't keep the quality, he'll keep it small. Just knowing it. Just knowing him. RT Rogers of the world.
Yes.
RT Rogers, that guy goes to everywhere. Even I think even with Steven.
Yeah, it was Randy.
He goes everywhere to clean they fucking kegs and shit just to make sure their stuff is clean and that the beer tastes good. So if him going out there, hell, I could even see him being the head over all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll have his company, but he's also the head of this one.
Yeah.
As far as it's the cleaning and making sure the quality inspector or whatever they call the name of that shit. But like people like that, man. And we already know Border fucking X.
Yeah, Border X, of course.
Border X being a juggernaut, that would change the game.
But you see, I think they're going in a different direction though.
Yeah, they don't want to do the same thing.
No, that what they're doing because they're very strong with the pink boots, the foundation of all women brewers, is they did open up a sister company in San Diego, which we gotta go check out. I'm not 100% sure, but I know they are a member of the Pink Boots.
Okay, and
it's an all-female run brewery.
That's dope.
So and it's since Border X is their parent company, it's like their baby company on the side. And so they're taking off, and it's very, it's pro support for women, and women could do as much as men can, of course. And this fucking audio,
dang, messed up again. Technical difficulties, guys.
Another technical hiccup, but it's all good. We're back. So So I was saying about, you know,
like the women.
and the empowerment and everything. So it's good to see female brewers out there, which you know, it's something that I would love to see more, because every time we go, we talk to just dudes, and once in a while, there's a woman who's like, yeah, I help them do this, I know this, that, and the other, I work with them, but you know, I feel that that's a very strong and positive move for the industry. Yeah. And I think it's gonna be a great thing. Another shout out to the SoCal Cerveceros. There is a small little brewery. They still haven't opened up their brick and mortar, but definitely want to give them a shout out, because I did receive an email from them. You know, and they're just trying to push as much as they can. They're like, they have their selling permit, but they don't have enough money to open an establishment. So they have like little mom and pop shops kind of like have a temporary liquor license to sell. And they're mainly at festivals. So the Inquisition, that's, I just love the name too. So I was like, the Inquisition, so fucking powerful. But, you know, we have, you know, we had an amazing time. You know, we talked about the juggernauts, and I think that's probably who do you think is going to be the next? Who do you think is going to follow in the footsteps of the Big Stone, you know, Ballast Point?
I mean, you already know the people I love, bro. I would love to see Ogopogo up there. I would love to see Pacific Plate up there. Right. You know what I mean? Just because of like consistency, man. I mean, it's just so consistent. I mean, like, that's hard to do. It's hard to, like, especially me, because I don't like all type of beers, to go to a place where I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Oh, blonde, cool, let me try it. It's good. Okay, cool. IPA, yes, I like it. Oh, the stout's good. You know, like, everything you make, I actually like it. It's good. You put great artwork on it, you know. Are you going to continue to do that when you get bigger? Like, I don't know. You know, like, can you? Like, I don't know. You know?
I think this is so funny that they have the brewers like right in the front.
Yeah, that's so fire. Funny. You know?
Brian's on there. That's so fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So I just think, you know, but as far as right now, I mean, it looks like Brewery X is in the running to get up there. I think they will fucking take over.
I think so too.
The seltzer community, period.
100%.
Period. Like they'll 100%. Be number one. For one, because that's what, you know, the people who work out only want to drink. And two, you're gonna get super fucked up off of that shit. Like that shit hits you. Tastes like juice.
It literally does.
So I think they'll be number one because of that, since like we're kind of moving towards that area. I don't know who would be next. I don't know who has the money to be next.
Exactly. I think
after that.
You know, believe it or not, I tell you who I feel might come out of like the fucking left
field. They got the money to do it?
I really do.
Who?
Paperback.
I don't think he got the money to do it.
No, but I think his concept and his idea, and I think he has some backers.
I mean, he definitely is fire, and I love that shit, man. Especially that bunny drink.
Oh yeah, the milkshake, the strawberry milkshake.
The strawberry milkshake is the fucking shit, my guy. Like, I can't wait to get that shit again.
So but honestly, that's my top contender.
You really think he's gonna be that big, bro?
I feel that he has the potential, but what's holding?
I think it's gonna take him a while, man.
But what's holding him back? And he even said it, and I remember him saying this because I was like, "That's really fucking smart."
Because it's just him.
No, and not just that. He's like, "We're gonna be self-sustaining."
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just him.
So, but that's the thing. Like,
his crew.
You know me, bro. I root for the underdog, and I root for the person that not just puts in work, bro, but shows results.
I mean, I'm an optimist, but I'm a realist first. And the realist side of me is like, nah, he's gonna have to. That's the problem about getting bigger. When you get bigger, you have to delegate, and that's what usually fucks up shit. Because then it's like the quality's not the same. You know, picture wasn't the same. You know, so if he wants to keep it that way, then that means he has to develop another person like him that can take over another area of the world. You feel me? And then that person creates another person, and then make it big, because then you got 4 or 5 people that can do quality checks. I don't know how long that's gonna take. You know, because one thing I know for a fact is I can want you to do great all I want, but does that mean I'm gonna produce another me? No, it doesn't. It is hard to find people that can be exactly as enthusiastic as you are.
Right.
And that's why you're in your position. You know, like that's why a CEO is a CEO. There's nobody that is enthusiastic as you.
Right.
So if he can find a couple more of him, then shit, absolutely. But see, then you when you say paperback, then it's like, well, shit, why can't Frogtown do it?
That's true.
I think Frogtown, no offense to my guys, is better. They just have better brew.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, all their shit is good. Like, the shit's bomb as fuck. They have a good system. They're growing like fucking fast as fuck. I feel like if they had that same bit like Brewery X size brewery, they would pack that shit out, bro.
Yeah.
Cause it's that good. You know what I'm saying? So again, who has the deeper pockets? I really think that's where it comes down to.
Yeah, you know, and we don't have deep pockets because we don't have sponsorships, so we gotta go eat.
Yeah, we hungry, man.
But honestly, it's a very, very awesome location. I think everyone should go there at least once, and honestly, probably go back like 20,000 times because the entertainment amazing. The atmosphere amazing.
Bring the kids. Amazing. Everybody's there. Kids, grandpa, grandma, mom, dad.
It was funny.
You're gonna see everyone.
You feel like it was literally Disneyland for like a little bit. I was like, holy shit! I'm walking through a park.
It's the microbrewery Disneyland.
Yes,
like,
it really is.
Because I was like, damn, this shit's huge, bro. We want to walk around the block again? Like, yeah, let's walk around the block.
No, what tripped me out is that when we walked in, you know, the security guards nice and everything. And then you see like a family of 4 having a picnic.
Yeah.
Like inside the backyard. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is so weird. They're running around, kids playing and shit. And I'm like, what the hell? This is so. And then inside you get this like sports bar. And then you get the taco trucks, which are perfectly aligned. You know, you get some bomb ass pizza, which you didn't try, but it smelled amazing. All right. So I got a Cubano. He got a pan mi, and then with loaded tater tots.
Yeah, which are fire. Amazing.
It was a lot of food, a grip ton of food for a very decent price. And honestly, I think it's like we said, we're gonna probably have, just because of this brewery, we have to make another category.
We're gonna have to, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make another category.
Well, this how this year has been. We've been finding a drink that we really like.
Yes.
So I think we probably gonna have to. I think it's gonna get harder and harder every year.
Yeah.
As long as we keep to our standards, it's gonna get harder and harder.
Yeah. No, definitely. And you know, thank you so much for tuning in, hanging out with us. If you haven't scanned this thing back here, please go ahead. Then we'll go ahead and.
Oh, like this.
Yeah. So for those that are watching, go ahead and scan now. Here we go.
And if you missed it, then you can get it one more chance. Scan.
And now. There we go. So for those that are listening, you know, what the fuck are these guys talking about? Go on to our YouTube at BarChats. Subscribe, like, share. Send it to everybody you know. Enjoy the amazing link tree that we have. Setting up a Discord very soon. Actually, it's up already. I just have to link it up, and want to do Q&As. And I feel we're probably gonna have a Twitter soon, maybe a fucking TikTok, and we'll be doing the whatever fucking dances up. I don't know. But no matter what you do,
where you go,
sip something. Peace, yo.